tweaking the install. Good morning, YouTube. It is 11:03, as you can see on the clock there. Here on the car player or Android head unit once more again today, trying to sort out some problems that I ran into. One of the problems has to do with the music player, which it does work. It has the SD card in it now, but it's not the 128 gigabyte card. Basically, it is the 8 gig that was in the Chinese GPS unit that I was using. Has music on it, and that's what I'm using. Now, I noticed when I first plugged this in, it didn't work. And I went into the settings for Android, and it was reported as a corrupt file system. So what I did was to go in and there's a option to reformat the card, which I did in this head unit, and then I went back in and copied the music back to it, and now it works just fine. Now, that was the problem. I then figured was the same thing wrong with the 128 gigabyte card, and in fact it did say it was corrupted. So long story short, I tried to reformat it in on the computer, and every time I do that, it just says corrupted. So Bob suggested that I do it on an Android device. He wanted me to do it on my phone, but my phone doesn't have a card slot on it, or at least not one that you can get to. It's on the inside. And so I thought, well, I'll use my RCA tablet, which I did, and I, formatted it as FAT32, I believe, or whatever the Android, thing is. And so that is what I've got now to try. I'm going to remove the 8 gig that's in there now and put the 128 in. I just copied a few folders of music over. I didn't actually copy the 102 gig yet. I want to make sure this thing works before I go do it again, but it takes a while to copy 102 gigs. So let me stick this out, or get the other card out and put the new one in, and we'll see what happens. All right, back once more. It's down there on the USB drive. It says checking, so I assume it's trying to read the card. Now this is supposed to work with this 128 gigabyte card, but that remains to be seen. I know it has been formatted with an Android device, so I'm assuming it should work if it ever gets through its check. I understand it's a big drive. It takes a while to check it, so I may be better off with a smaller card, maybe 32 gig, something like that. I just thought it'd be kind of neat to have all my music on one card. But if it's gonna take an hour and a half to check it each time I use it, then I don't know about that. Of course, this may be a case where it just does it one time. I don't know. That's what we're doing. Also going to try another navigation app. The one comes with this that I wanted to use, the IGO, does not work does not have voice directions, although it lets you choose a voice and things like that. It does not work. I did download another app for it, the same app actually, but this was not the same one as it's on here, and so it downloaded and it works, but it's a trial app, and I just thought, well, I just wanted to see if that was what it was or what. But yeah, it's the app that's on here. It's not working right. I probably could check with the seller again and maybe get some satisfaction on that, but the Google Maps does work with voice, so at least I know that. And this new one I'm gonna try, it's called Map Factor. It's supposed to be free and also have free online maps, or I should say offline maps that you can download, and we'll see if it does work. But until this gets done, I don't know what else to do, so bring you back if I have any change. Alright, well, I'm back once more. Have the navigator, what do I call it, Map Factor, downloading maps. Apparently there's 2.593 gigabytes of data to download, and it's not running real fast, so this may take a while. So the deal is, if you download the maps, you can use this without being online, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Basically, to avoid having to have my Wi-Fi hotspot on all the time, and while I'm in the car. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know. So I just thought I'd try it this way. But if it's going to take like all day long, which it's appearing to be, it's already disconnected one time and had to reconnect, and then when it reconnected, it had to start all over again. so I'm not real hopeful on this working out, but there's another option. I can do this on the computer, download the maps, and then transfer them via flash drive, I think, if I know where they go. But I think I can, so we'll see. But not real impressed so far with the certain aspects of the radio. Works fine. Of course, my other radio worked fine too. It's the way it always is with stuff like this. It's just, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Bluetooth works great. That's probably the best feature so far I found. I can make sure my Bluetooth is on my phone and come out here and turn the radio on, and it instantly connects. So that's good. I gave up on the 128 gigabyte SD card. It's not going to work. I tried to, like I said, I formatted it using my tablet, and it said it was formatted. Come out here and it says it's corrupted. So I think it's this thing here that really doesn't recognize that 128 gigabyte card, even though it says it's supported. You know how that works. So I guess we'll just go about something else. I have the one in the dash cam. It's either 16 or 32. I never can remember which it is, but I could put that in here and put all my. I could put all my personal music, and when I say personal music, that's the music I have actually purchased over the years and digitized. And so, in other words, it all really belongs to me. The rest of the 102 gig of music, it's just stuff I've just acquired here and there and downloaded and things like that. I used to be on some servers where, you know, you could get a lot of music and stuff like that, and I downloaded it. So, you know, it really, all that stuff on there is really not that great. It's you know, it's just a lot of music. But like I said, I would have preferred to have that, but you know, it's not the end of the world. I can put, like I say, on that 32 gig, if it is a 32 gigabyte card, I can put my personal music and then quite a bit of the other as well. And there's a couple, 3 download or folders on there that have a lot of my kind of music on it, and I probably would put those on there and probably just go from there. But what I'm going to plan on doing is bring out the card, put it in here, see if it's recognized, see if it's corrupted, see if it will format, see if, you know, everything. By the way, I did try to format the 128 gigabyte card in this. Every time it does it, it gets up to 20% and says it's done, and then you go back and check it, it's still corrupted. So it just doesn't recognize it. I'm pretty sure. So whatever it is, like I said, that's the way it's going. I think I'm going to leave this go and go get the other card and play with that a while and see what that does. So I may come back, I may not. Who knows? Well, back once more. It's getting there. It's slow, but it's getting there. Did you ever have one of those days where you knew absolutely positively you shouldn't be messing with something, and then you go ahead and do it anyway, and then you figure out why you shouldn't be messing with it? Went in to get the dash cam so I could get the card out of it. It's nowhere to be found. It simply is not where it always was. So I thought, well, I'll come out here and sit here and wait for this to do something, and it is doing something, but it's really slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it some time. May run my battery down doing it, but I got a charger in there. I can charge it. So anyway, that's where I'm at, what I'm going to do, but this is going to do it for this part of the video because it's nothing going on really. So I gather from what I'm seeing here, the USA map data is going through state by state and doing it. It started with Alabama, it's up to California now. So I'm guessing that's the way it works. So we'll let it go, see what happens. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.